if Tank was really a risky nigga or this person he claimed to be, he would have fought Edwin De Los Santos. Why not fight the nigga that actually fought me instead of the nigga that pulled out from fighting me? That's like, that don't even add up. It don't even make sense, bro. If you really like that, you see that this nigga is a big 135 pounder. He got boxing skills and power. Nigga, you will get credit for beating him. Why not fight?
Devon Davis has engaged in a brawl against another fighter. And it's Shakur Stevenson, this time say, man, look, man, your beef is not with Floyd Mayweather. For all of his attacks, Tank Davis has enough reasons to back himself. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you. You're not wrong if you believe Shakur Stevenson called for it. But more than ever, Tank's got a point to prove. You guys back up. Nothing seems more interesting to boxing fans right now than a fight between Devon Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Fans are calling for it. Boxing professionals are calling for it. And now the fighters are calling for it as well. Perhaps Devon Davis took it to another level when he ran into Shakur Stevenson last night. And before people could step into to separate them, the collision had become a brawl. All of these happened while Shakur Stevenson was busy preparing for his next fight against Artem Haritunian. Many of those around believe Shakur Stevenson was reluctant to engage in the brawl because he was avoiding any injury that could tamper with his upcoming fight should he have gone ahead with the bare-knuckle brawl against Tank Davis. There's every possibility he sustains a damaging injury that could lead to a postponement of his fight next week. Devon Davis was keen on inflicting some pain and throwing some ungloved hands at Shakur Stevenson. And he truly did have his way. Well, Tank Davis has a reason why Tank is so intentional about proving his naysayers wrong, especially those like Timothy Bradley, who think Shakur Stevenson is the hero to defeat him. Some of your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, of course, he's now 135 after all that stuff. And then why do people talk like he's the best? He hasn't even fought at 135. Yet he didn't even have power at 12,639. He's good. Okay. How can you all I say is okay? How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit. What do you do when you get hit right? So why people even talk like he the best and he didn't even fight at 135 yet, right? Remember a similar scenario played out just last month when Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney clashed at a nightclub after Devin Haney's loss to Ryan Applause. Music Garcia, the two boxers escalated their feud and came very close to blows outside of a nightclub in Las Vegas. Davis and Haney's feud began several years ago since they met in a sparring session, but it has re-intensified after Tank jumped onto social media to mock the dream after his upset defeat to Ryan Garcia. His Instagram that me and Dion about to SP. So he is probably like 100 people, 100 or 200 people in there. The gem one probably like a 100. Davis and Haney traded intense blows online in recent weeks, ever since Haney's defeat in his bout against Ryan Garcia. But the latest development in their feud has taken it from a simmer to a boil, and now to a violent physical altercation. Back the 29-year-old decided to take their agong rivalry to a personal level by pulling up and taking a picture with Haney luxury Mercedes-Benz G63 and posting it on his social media. A video has since emerged of Haney clearly finding out about his move, and the pair have been going at it in a furious confrontation in the street. The pair were separated by their teams as they shouted inaudible insults at each other, with people around them also being dragged into the angry confrontation. Haney was clearly taking aim at Davis, and it has certainly set up a future showdown as the pair choose to settle their rivalry. In the boxing ring footage had previously emerged, which appeared to show Davis embroiled in a separate argument with Haney. Although the latter isn't entirely visible, It is clear that the fiery altercation had originated from the picture, which Davis posted with the music caption, "Aha, can't stop stuff." And we're on their side. He then tweeted, "Tell them, I made you and your team dip out, and I'm on your side of town. That guy's a cold fool, Haney." Then responded by confirming it was his car, and hitting back, "This guy liked my car so much he took a picture next to it. Send him one at the rate champion motoring." But later phone camera footage appeared to show Davis and Haney outside a club shouting at one another amidst the commotion outdoors. And this was the exact same thing Von Davis wanted before people came to ruin his show. By separating them, here's what many fans don't know: in the midst of this, Von Davis has so much hatred for Haney. Because many felt Haney was better, you know why I'm backing around, 'cause a lot of boxers going at him. Which when we fought, however, with Garcia's win, Haney dropped out of the conversation since Tank had beaten Ryan Garcia last year, hence Tank was fighting against anything that might bring Haney back into the discussion. Even if it's a failed PEDS test, we made it cool not saying like, but we made it cool to go at Ryan like that Dan Tank. Davis had even surprisingly defended Ryan Garcia after it emerged King Ray had failed 2 tests on the day before. And of their crunch clash, most importantly, he was enjoying Ryan Garcia's win more than anyone else, as it seemed the Haneys were his bigger enemies. Ryan is not somebody that he really liked compassion. Well, what many fans have to say about this is that for the past 5 years, Steven had been after Von Davis, hoping to fix a match between the both of them. However, Tank didn't show up all along. But once David Haney got his first loss against an obvious and overweight cheat Tank, had come at both him and his father on X countlessly. Once the fight was over, Von Davis was quick to re-emphasize his dominance in boxing and make some mockery of both Devin Haney and his father. He also took to X saying, "Forget Devin, where Bill at where Dirt at," and on a different tweet, he wrote, "I'm still coming out to get guys. It's not over, these guys got to see me, but no one thought it really get to the next level." Until now, he had also said, "Look at Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Then look at my fight versus Music Ryan. If Ryan looked any different, he probably looked worse versus Haney, bigger, much slower. He only hit him with the same punch. I told everybody a hook, a hook, a hook." Devin was sitting right there to be caught with the hook. And they were talking about this guy pound for pound. Come on, he's trash. He's trash. Their intense brawl came not too long after Gervonta Davis had shockingly supported Ryan Garcia amidst his doping allegations. In response to the controversy surrounding Ryan Garcia's alleged doping violation, fellow boxer Dan Davis came out swinging, expressing his support for Garcia and calling for repercussions against promoter Eddie Hearn. Ryan Garcia himself had protested against the findings before Von Davis jumped to defend him after posting a tweet featuring 3 crying emojis. And LOL Garcia briefly went live on X. "Everybody knows that I don't cheat. What can I say? You know, why didn't they come out with this? You guys can see fake news." Garcia said, "Fake freaking news. Don't believe these haters. I never freaking took a med in my freaking life. I don't even know how that stuff is. It's the weirdest stuff ever. Supposedly, they had it already, but they released it after I won it. Makes no sense. I tested the day of the fight. Nothing. Somebody paying somebody." Garcia further denied wrongdoing in a profanity-laced post late Wednesday on X, formerly Twitter, describing it as fake news. "Everybody knows that I don't cheat," Garcia said. "Before you know the fight, if they found it. Before, why would they let me step into the ring as a cheater and then come out with a victory? And then they post this, you know, again. These are people that are trying to attack me for whatever reason, but what can I say? Why didn't they come out with this before the fight if they found it? Before, why would they let me step into the ring as a cheater and then come out with a victory and post this?" He added, "These are people that are trying to attack me for whatever reason. I've never taken a substance in my life. I don't even know where to get substance at the end of the day. I barely take supplements. Big lies. I beat him. They're trying to take my greatest victory away. kind of sad when you think about it. Why in the world would I volunteer for a test if I planned on taking those substances? In a separate post, Garcia appeared to suggest a tainted herbal supplement was to blame for the test result. You are so beautiful to me. Thank you for helping me beat Dion Haney, as are my bad. I shouldn't have taken this. Garcia wrote above a photo of a bottle marked Ashwagon the Root. On the other hand, Davis felt it was all planned to rob Ryan Garcia from his win. Look, no, if he looked any different, he probably looked the worse. He just was a bigger person. Much slower. Davis took to social media to voice his outrage at the attempts to discredit Garcia's recent victory over Devin Haney, bluntly stating they are doing anything to take away the win from Ryan. In a show of solidarity with his fellow boxer, Davis condemned what he perceives as a concerted effort to undermine Garcia's achievements in the music ring. Davis was so keen on bringing Haney down that he extended the heat to those supporting Devin Haney hours. After the news broke, Davis hopped on X with a SC bathing message for the people accusing Garcia of cheating. Davis surprisingly leaped to the defense of Garcia, who tested positive for a banned substance on 2 separate tests taken by V the day before and the day of his upset win over Devin Haney last month. That's the question. He's a snake in a suit. That's all. He's a snake, bro. He let what's the GU name? In a now deleted tweet, the Baltimore native wrote, they are doing anything to take away the win from Ryan. If that's the case, banned Eddie Hearn's Silver Poonhead. However, Davis quickly